hello ladies, Mental Chain, and welcome to another replay cast. Today we're looking at the game in the Panther II, the tier 8 German medium tank, playing on Himmelsdorf, tier 9 game, so not the top tier 3 art, well, we have 3, they have 2 arties, but on Himmelsdorf you don't really care too much. So yeah, the Panther II received that long 88mm gun. I think the long 88 was called the L50, and then there's an L70, and this is an L100. So the long 88 gun on the Panther II now, and it is much better than the other one. Just the aiming time alone kind of makes it worth it. The drop of DPM is a bit sad, but then again. Tier 8 mediums generally don't work because of their DPM in most cases anyways. It's just being able to plant those shots properly and actually, you know, your true real DPM that you're going to be able to use in every game is more important than the DPM on paper, and also the penetration upgrade comes along with that. So I don't really mind the DPM, the lack of DPM, I guess, in order to increase the pen and the aiming time most importantly. And yeah, we start off in on going to the hill, as you probably should in most medium tanks, and a lot of our team is here, so we know we're going to be pushing this sooner or later. Their pilot one is trying to peek us on the other side, so he's going to be our first target, but he's almost dead. We could go and pick him up, but somebody else does it before us, and we make an aggressive decision right from the start. We're going to try to spot those guys in the corner there if there are any, but it seems that there aren't, so we should be having a free time to flank and have a good time here. The tip to when you go around the castle, note people playing in the D3 area if they have been spotted, and if they have not, try to spot that before you make this cross. And if you do make the cross, try to stick on the low ground until you actually cross it, and then you can do whatever you want. Also, I'm pretty sure this pilot got ammo wrecked. But yeah, this is like the perfect flanking maneuver. Only one guy was looking at us, and we pretty much can use all our DPM to our fullest advantage. Even though it's pretty low, we can still do some good damage. Every time we reload, we shoot, and that is not very often occurrence in World of Tanks. And you know, it's great for me and great for our team, of course. And the T10 is also gonna get picked up, and that's gonna end his life. And now the Super Pershing, we can definitely try to track this guy, and we do exactly that. And now we have a 53-55 running away. We won't be able to get to him, so we're just gonna block this guy so we can't show his front to our friends, and instead we're gonna track him with this next shot again and make sure that we get all the distance that we could there. This game is a bit of a ruffle stump, but it's a good example on how really good flanking actually works. How when you're on this side with way more friendlies, you should be aggressive and you should take the advantage of the numbers and split enemies up between looking to multiple directions where they can't really respond to what is happening adequately, and just finish them off. And now we're behind this defender who is actually willing to peek me and get shot again, which is exactly fine with me. And now we have this Emil who might take the shot, but he doesn't actually take damage. And now, I mean, there's no point in waiting in this game. Just go for it. I do take the prototype shot. I wanted to finish off the VK, but now we're just gonna shoot the prototype and fuck off before he reloads. And that works out well. While the Panther II is still absolutely ginormous, you could really see that when I was next to that Emil, and also that upper plate pen. But hey, D28 prototype has a lot of armor. That was probably quite lucky, but I figured, you know, let's try out the pen on this. And it works out, so that is fine. And now the T44, like the last 3 tanks left on the enemy team, really poor play by the enemy team in general, and we can just capitalize on that and pretty much never stop shooting. Once we started, we really never stopped shooting every time after we reload, and it's still not really gonna stop here. So while the DPM is still pretty poor, we were able to pretty much hit every shot we fired and pen every shot we fired, which you could definitely not say about the old Panther II gun. So this is definitely an upgrade, and this is definitely the gun you should be using. Also makes the E50 grind much easier. Alright, so here's the end play. We get an ace tanker and high caliber, 3,844 experience with a double, 4,489 damage done with 2 kills picked up. And this has to be one of the most casual and quick aces I've ever gotten in this game. A game barely lasted like 4 minutes, and we were able to literally, once we started shooting, we never really stopped until the prototype died. We had a little of a break after the Super Pershing and before the Defender, but that's pretty much the only time I wasn't shooting constantly in that entire game, which is exactly how you want your games to go. Obviously, quite a rare occurrence, but we're able to capitalize on a good play by our team and a good pressure on the hill, and then the rest was just a snowball effect to completely destroy the enemy team. So I hope you guys enjoy this ruffle stomp, and I'll see you on the next one.